I'm Brandon Bain. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Rubbin' and Grubbin', brought to you live at Coach's Corner every Wednesday at 5:30. Please follow, like, share our videos. So here we are again, solo this week. As you can tell, my buddy Dan is not here. He is still self-quarantined. He did post a video earlier to Coach's Facebook page. If you guys get a chance, check it out too. Coronavirus obviously still putting a big hamper on our sports world, football, baseball, NBA, everywhere, racing included. I don't know how long it's going to last. All we can do is keep practicing what they're telling us, washing hands, social distancing, no mass groups of people, and hopefully we can get this thing beat. Let's see, NASCAR still talking about returning in May to Martinsville, but the governor of Virginia shut that state down till June 10th, so I don't know how that is going to be possible. We'll just have to stay tuned and see. I got a feeling that they're going to follow guidelines like every other sport. We might have seen all the racing that we're going to get to see this year as far as actual real NASCAR. So obviously, eRacing and iRacing had a big return last week to Texas. Thought the race was great. Thought it was a lot better than the Miami Motor Speedway race. Not as many cautions. The racing was actually pretty good racing there for a while. Had a guy that dominated the race and a couple cars that were there in the hunt. So it was definitely cool, man. Got to see Bob Weir from Grateful Dead do the national anthem. Really cool thing, really neat thing. It's not the real live version of a national anthem, but it does still give you the feeling of, hey, we're at a sporting event. Let's get this thing cranked up and get going. Simulator racing. We're going to talk about that some more today. It has been one of the big keys in all kinds of different training. Our aviation teams, fighter pilots, commercial jet airliners, normal civilian pilots. I'm sure you've probably done some type of simulation flying. Not only that, practice makes perfect. So simulation is something close to as if you're going in the backyard, throwing the football, pitching the baseball, swinging the bat, all the same. Our military uses it. They run through different scenarios over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. That's to make it perfect, because a mistake cost lives. Obviously in flying, obviously in the military, and obviously it can in sports. So practice prevention. There we go. So we're going to get on to the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good of the iRacing event that was held in Texas. Definitely going to have to say Gordon and Mike Joy are doing an extremely great job commentating this thing. It's an enjoyment to watch. Kind of brings you back a feeling of actually watching a race. Clint Boyer being part of that cast as well. The dude's a character. He's a clown. Everybody that watches it or knows his personality, he makes some funny stuff happen. So really good to see. The bad, and I really personally don't think it's that bad, would be probably Timmy Hill bumping Byron out of the way. I think he knew that was probably the only way he was going to get by him, and it might have been the only chance he was going to be able to get to him to do it. That's a racing deal. I do not hold that against him. I do not think that's that bad, but that's what we're going to call the bad this week. He did move pretty much the dominant car at the whole race. The ugly is going to be Suarez blaming the intentional wreck on his dog. I mean, that's just nonsense. Come on, we all saw what happened. You tried to take him out. iRacing obviously does penalize drivers who do that. They do frown upon that severely. So it is not a wreck fest. This isn't something you just sign into and, hey, you go out and you get mad, you bump somebody, you move them, you drive reckless. You get kicked for that. They throw you off. So it's definitely good to see. This week coming up at Bristol is going to be very interesting to watch how they mandate that rule, how they mandate all of this with iRacing. It's definitely going to be different to see and different to watch. Like I said, we've seen the multi-groove Miami, we've seen Texas, and now we're getting ready to see the fastest half mile. And it should be pretty interesting at Bristol. I got into it last week a little bit. Still not getting my fix. It's still not racing as I like to watch, but it does give you something live that is happening to watch instead of replays again of all your sporting events. Come on, the far right turn part of the show today is going to go to Christopher Bell and Anthony Alfredo. Man, I guess they were still using dial-up connection in 2020 because they got booted or lost connection about halfway through the race. And that's unacceptable when you're racing this caliber of eRacing. That's unacceptable. Still doing our checker flag for charity. So I do want to say, you know, shouts out to Dan. Hope he's doing good. Bring your ass back, because I need my co-host back here. So we're gonna bring in that swear bucket. There's my dollar on that. So anyways, on now to checkered flag for charity. As everybody knows, we've said it quite a few times. Ronald McDonald House of the Coastal Empire, great charity, does a lot of good things for people close to here. We're going to donate, obviously, the car number that won this week's e-race, $66, gets donated in. That puts us over $200. Like I said, you guys, please, $300. I was just informed over $300.
88 last week.
Oh, yeah. So keep adding it up. Like I said, you guys, please come by, donate. You know, show some love to a charity that does a lot of good things for local homes, local people. Do that. Also, like I said, we're still on track to raise over $1,500 this year for Ronald McDonald House. That's our main goal. Like I said, again, please, you guys come by, donate. Donate wherever you're able to. Our cheers segment this week, we're going to go ahead and give this cheers right here is going to go out to Mr. Joey Logano and his wife. Read an article saying they have donated $1 million to fighting, you know, this fighting battle with COVID-19. Very awesome thing to do, very big of them. Obviously, if you're able to do that for this cause, let's do that too. Let's find a cure, let's get this done, let's get back to normal life and civilization. And I'm going to cheers on that. Alright, so that being said, we're going to go on to our mailbag questions. One of the questions I got was, will NASCAR still debut the next-gen car at Daytona in 2021? That is under a lot of scrutiny right now. I didn't know anything about this until today, but if I had to make a guess, they're not able to get the testing in that they need. They're not able to get the data they need for this prototype, this new car, this new gen car. The safety, the just all around good competition that this car is supposed to bring. I think it would fail NASCAR miserably if they brought it out too early, where teams are behind. So with that being said, if you do, maybe it'll be mid next season or possibly 2022 season, if you ask me. But we're gonna have to wait and see. Definitely, that depends on how long this layoff for that sport or any sport goes. But like I said, it's going to be extremely hard to do that, but we'll see what they come up with. Another question is there any chance of the season being canceled? I'm going to go out and say it, even though I hate to say it. It's a very good possibility this season is going to get canceled. We're at this fourth race now, Atlanta, Miami, Texas, going into Bristol. That's 4 races. Say another 3-4 races. That's 8 races. That's you know, almost a quarter of the season. That's going to be hard to make up. If they do cancel, it's going to be under scrutiny because it's going to be a very short race to the chase. If it goes from 10 to 5, if it does something crazy, it's going to be under scrutiny. So I don't know what the best call for NASCAR to make is on that. They're definitely going to make it. They're going to come up with it. They'll figure it out. But we'll just have to wait and see. Third and final question is, what will NASCAR do if they cancel playoffs? Probably should have been question number 2. But if they do cancel these playoffs, like I said, I don't see them having a full season. I don't see them not having the playoffs if they run a season. The playoffs are going to mean the most, whether it's, you know, everybody starts equal, nobody has playoff points, whether it's just the last 10, top 16. Who knows what they're going to come up with. We've never run into this before. This has never happened that I know of. I mean, obviously world wars and stuff like that, sports get laid off. But this is the first thing ever in my lifetime I've ever seen where every major sport pretty much in the world is done. They're laying off, rightfully so, with what we're all battling globally. But definitely going to be interesting to see how we come out on the other side of this. Thanks for watching again. Like I said, like, share, post this video. Go on our YouTube channel, look up Rubbin' and Grubbin', like, subscribe, follow us on that. Lawrence does a great job kind of dressing those videos up some more. So if you haven't ever seen one, please log on, check it out. It's not like you don't have time on your hands. We're all self-quarantined, which sucks. I don't know if you consider that a cuss word, but shit.
Put it in.
There you go. I'll throw that in. All right, so now we're going on to the food, man. Time for the grubbing. So what we got up here today is Julius bringing us up. We got some smoked chicken. Like I said, they do this throughout the week up here at Coaches. This stuff absolutely looks phenomenal. You guys definitely come by, get some, show some support to the local restaurants. Like I said, I mean, check that out, man. I mean, it's beautiful, man. You know, you got to come by, support everybody, stay safe, wash your hands, do your thing. If you got grandparents, you got older parents, stay away from them. I know it sucks. Call them on the phone. You know, send them emojis. Do whatever you got to do to express your love. But just let's just self quarantine, stay away, do our thing, get this thing beat, and get back to normal, man. So make sure you guys tune in next week again. We're gonna be doing this for the whole time. Like I said, make sure Dan comes in. Dan, I need you here, right here, beside me. Please, sir. Like I said, again, thanks to Coaches, thanks to John, thanks to everybody up here for still letting us do this. Like I said, come out and support a great local restaurant that does a lot of great things for the community. Hope to see you guys. Hope you guys are safe. See y'all next week.